So the first exercise that I like to do is squats. I like to do squats because squatting helps to open up your pelvis. As they say, squats is really good, especially to help with the labor and births. Pretty much squat, I lift my toes up to make sure that I'm sitting back instead of putting my knees above my toes. So that I like to do 4 sets of 10 squats. Now, sometimes I can't push myself to do 10. Sometimes I end up doing just 5, but I end up doing 4 sets. So you can do 4 sets of 5 squats, or you can do 4 sets of 10 squats. This video, I actually did 10 squats. I actually did 4 sets of 10 squats. I had a lot of energy that day. But yeah, so the first exercise we are doing is 4 sets of 10 squats. You want to take your time when you're doing these squats because you can get really out of breath with squats, especially if you're in third trimester like me. I take my time, I go really slow, especially our knees, everything is so fragile. So I just make sure that I'm taking my time when I do the squats. Next exercise that I do is I like to sit in a deep squat. Sometimes I just sit in the deep squat for about 30 seconds and then I get out of it and then do it again. So I do 4 sets of these. Or sometimes I like to rock side to side with the deep squats just to help open up my pelvis for when baby's head, so baby's head can drop nicely into my pelvis. So I just do these and I just rock back and forth and it feels really good. It's a nice stretch. It opens up my pelvis area, so I really like doing the deep squats. Like I said, I like to do 4 sets of 30 seconds if you're just sitting in the deep squat, or sometimes I just count whenever I feel comfortable. Sometimes I don't even have like a number to aim for or sets to aim for. I just do it until I feel like I did enough, you know what I mean? So the next exercise I like to do is the cat and dog pose on the floor. And it really helps with my back and it really helps to help prepare for birth, especially breathing. You want to make sure you are breathing when you're doing these exercises because that's the most important role I feel like when it comes to giving birth and preparing for labor and contractions and all that. Breathing is your best friend. So I like to do this 5 to 10 times, just depending on how I feel. If I'm able to do a little bit more, then I do a little bit more. I do normally 3 sets of this exercise. My favorite is actually using an exercise ball. An exercise ball is your best friend, especially during pregnancy when you're going through the contractions, labor. I tend to sit on an exercise ball. The first exercise we are doing is swaying our hips left to right on the exercise ball. I pretty much aim for as much as I can do until I'm ready to move on to the next exercise. I don't have a set number of how much I do. If I were to, probably 10 to 15 times I like to do this. The next exercise I like to do is rotating my hips in a circular motion while I'm on the exercise ball. So I will do 10 times on hips to the left in circles. So I do left circles and I do that 10 times. And then I go ahead and circular motions to the right. So I usually aim for 10 times like I said, but if I'm feeling good I can do like 15 on both sides. This helps to open up your pelvis during labor and helps your baby's head to drop down. Now the third exercise I like to do is the cat and cow pose on the exercise ball. Now this you have to be very careful because you don't want to let the ball go and roll because that's not good. So I like to do this 10 times. So you just go back and forth doing exactly like the standard cat dog pose without the exercise ball. That we're doing is I like to stretch my back using the exercise ball because when I sleep I normally have like back pain, especially when you're pregnant. I just go ahead and roll back with my arms on the exercise ball and I just go down and I exhale and breathe each time, and I do this probably 5 to 10 times so that and getting a good enough stretch. You want to get that good stretch on your back. Whew, feels so good, guys, when you do it. This probably has nothing to do with giving birth, but it just helps with my back because my back be hurting a lot. The next exercise that I like to do is the last exercise is I like to do a light bounce on the ball 5 to 10 times. You want to be careful when you're doing this. You don't want to go extra hard because obviously that's not safe. So I just like to do a light bounce, and when I do the light bounce, it helps to drop baby's head down, open up the pelvis more. It's pretty much all the exercises I do. Like I said, along with these exercises, I am practicing with my breathing techniques. I like to do after I do all these workouts, I like to make sure I'm walking. So I walk on the treadmill every day, or try to do it every day for 20 minutes, and then I just get off the treadmill. So that's another exercise that I didn't put in this video, but that's what I've been doing. If you can't do these exercises, at least try and do your walking. That's pretty much it on this video. I hope you guys enjoy these simple exercises that you can do to help prepare for labor and birth. I know it can be very nerve-wracking when it comes to as it gets closer, but you have to mentally prepare yourself to go through the pain, especially if you go naturally. It's so important to mentally prepare yourself prior to the big day, as well as using your breathing techniques. I know when I gave birth to Camden, I know this has nothing to do with workout, but I just wanted to give you guys my pointers. But I know when I gave birth to Camden, when it came to having a contraction, what I would do is inhale and expand my diaphragm, and then I would just work through it, and then exhale through my mouth each time. And those contractions were really hard and very intense. So the breathing really helped out a lot, especially my mentality. My mentality was like, this contraction is temporary. It's going to go away soon, Samantha, so let's get through it. That's my mentality. I was always like, Samantha, that contraction was temporary, this contraction is temporary, and I would just breathe through it. Exhale, breathe in through the contraction, and then when the contraction subsides, I'm just like, okay, and then I just gotta prepare myself and say that's closer to baby being in my arms, and that helps a lot. When it came down to actually giving birth to Camden, feeling that ring of fire, my breathing, guys, was like, and then when I bear down, I would be like, oh, and feel that vibration in your chest. I also want to prevent tearing, so you gotta make sure when you push, you leave your mouth open. So I would always be like, to make sure that my mouth was open, especially when you feel that ring of fire. That's the time where you actually want to make sure that you're not giving that right away, that hard push, because that's when people tend to tear. Yeah, that has nothing to do with this video with exercise, but I just wanted to give you guys my quick little tips on how I gave birth to Camden and how I pushed Camden out with minimal tearing. I'm trying to do that this time around, so I've been working mentally and preparing myself physically for the pain. And that's pretty much it on this video. I hope this video helps you out when it comes to preparing for baby and things that you can do for your body. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Alright, bye guys!